You'll hear the robot. I don't have to do that anymore.
Hey, got it. It's episode 150. I already forgot. 153. Episode 153. It's Lima time. He is Patrick. I'm James.
I forgot. Well, wait. We got to restart. We got to restart this. We got a request from one of our wonderful patrons. I just asked for suggestions of stuff that they would like to hear, and what I heard was they want an offensive. They want offensive intro, and then they want the Super Devil to come back for a second. So.
Okay.
How can you do that? And by offensive, I think that just means do an accent. I don't know. You want me to do it? I'll do it. The 150. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. If you heard, that was not that. You didn't hear that.
That was the Super Devil. That wasn't you. That was the Super Devil.
No, what I'm saying, it's Super Devil. So stupid. I'm back.
It's Lima time.
Been wreaking havoc on the world, baby. Pandemic. All right, Super Devil. Thank you.
It's Lima time.
Okay, yeah, you snuck that in there.
Yeah. Okay, it's episode 153. We have fulfilled our requests. We're like 45 seconds in. We've already fulfilled our requests. So we're pros, total professionals. He is Patrick. I am James. It's been a while, and like it's horrible. It's horrible things that have been happening that have prevented us from doing this more regularly. But ideally, like those have sort of gone by the wayside. So don't really have to deal with that as much anymore. Hopefully.
No, I think we're good. It's funny that whenever we like bog down and get serious, and we're like, all right, we come up with a regiment. We're like, this is what we're gonna do. It immediately goes away, and there's
the universe is like really
every
big.
Single time the universe is like, you're gonna plan. No, you're really not. You can have work ethic, or you can deal with chaos, or you can plan. And you can't. We're not gonna let you just methodically lay it out how you're supposed to do. So you have to wing it, and you have to suffer, and that's what they told us. So
yeah. So I put in the hot links on Monday, sort of why, because I couldn't do it on Monday, and then I sort of explained a little bit why I don't really want to get into it all over again because I'll get sad. Hopefully now sort of focus on summer and getting through like the worst weather in the absolute world.
Worst season by far, summer. Yeah, it's not even close.
If they played baseball in winter, would you be a much bigger fan?
Yes. If living in this city, fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's inconsequential with the indoors, but like just doing anything outside in the summer is as oppressive as any harsh winter. It's as bad as anything. It is terrible.
And it's so many more degrees of magnitude worse for you than it is for me. And like, I mean, we'll go back to Houston, a couple times during the summer, and I'll get out of the car and think, how did I live here? And it's not like it's fun. It's not like it's fun here. It is
the humidity, right? The humidity goes up a lot because we're near the coast, and then it's just enough because you're just enough, in like you do get a nice little break.
We get a little bit of a
5 degrees. You also get more seasons there, so it gets a little bit colder. It gets cooler faster there, or before it gets here, you get cold fronts that don't reach here. So that's.
Yeah, they all stall out in like
that's a little weather. That's a little weather talk.
Yeah, it's 93 degrees. It's after 8 o'clock. It's after 8 o'clock. It's 93 degrees. Now, my wife fully. Well, okay. So my wife. If our AC goes out, and we've got a pretty old house, and I don't know how they got the HVAC unit up in the attic, but that's where our AC is. If it goes out, like. Our warranty will cover it, but not like the process of getting it out of the house. We'd have to like cut a hole in the side of the house or the roof or something like that. Oh. So my wife's terrified of that happening. So even before like the ERCOT said like stop using electricity because we suck, even though they said it was all cool. Like we've been doing if it's like we try not to cool our house, like we keep it at 78. Our thermostat set at 78. And when it drops to 90, then I'll drop it down. We try to, it's 15 degrees. So when it hits 90, I'm like running to the thermostat to drop it to 75. And then, before I go to bed, I'll knock it down to 70. But I said in February when it was the winter apocalypse, like I will not complain about how hot it is. And this summer,
I didn't make that promise.
That is being put to the absolute test right now.
Already, it's not even. It's June, and you're not. Yeah, that's going to be tested much further. But I'm glad that you're being conservative with your energy, because when I read that, I went and put mine down to 68. I want it running. I took the auto fan off. I want constant running, and I want it as cold as possible. Greg Abbott and his bionic legs can get out of here. He got robot legs. I don't know if you saw that.
That's cool.
30-foot giant robot legs and laser eyes with taxpayer money. So that's something I'm not happy about. When he's talking about the wall and he's 30 feet high, it's terrible.
So, I mean,
if people are just, I feel like they won't let anything happen with ERCOT before, like, because people are just sitting there waiting. If anything happens, they know that a mutiny is on their hands. And it's right in the summer here. Forget freezing and people are trapped. In the summer here, people will, like, you want to talk about storming the Capitol.
Oh yeah, no, you'll do that just to get the breeze. Like it was easier to deal with in February because like you're like, oh no, I've got to stay here on the couch under 17 blankets because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if terrible. I don't. Yeah,
that was terrible.
We live near an army, like a National Guard installation. They're not going to cut off power to the army, so we never lost power.
That's great. Yeah, that's cool. Shout out to our troops.
Yeah, the troops, which the National Guard probably would have come in handy during that week. It would have been cool to call them out. Maybe distribute water. That would have. I mean, I'm not the governor, but that's something
Alex Bregman made it out. That's nice. So Alex Bregman made it out. Ted Cruz got to run around. So that's. So it sounds like all of our best people were moving around,
Brett Cruz definitely went to he went to Third Ward via Cancun. It was an odd itinerary, but I can't fault him for it.
Hey, just drop my family off, just making sure they got there safe. It's Mexico, the cartel's there. I was flying there. Don't worry about it. I came right back. Yeah. I wasn't gonna stay there for vacation. He's like, he's in like a full Hawaiian shirt, and he's got like a puka shell necklace, and he's just like, I wasn't planning on staying there. I'll just drop my family off. Yeah, we're going there to talk about the Lord and how we're going to save the city. Yeah, it's not for fun at all. I'm making sure they got there. So I'm on my way back, and you'll see me. I'll have a Texas flag. I'll have a different mask on because I'm a weirdo.
That I have that mask. That's $3 at HEB. So shout out to fiscally conservative.
What fiscally conservative and really just rigidly conservative. But didn't he have a come and take it on going to Cancun, like, and then he came back, it was just like a subdued Texas flag with the star was kind of wonky and sad because he's not allowed to wear the official one. It was an off-brand Texas flag. It's not an official flag. It's kind of a little bit off, not licensed, not licensed Texas flag.
Got it at Galveston for like $1.99.
Yeah, but more like a Santa Fe on the way to Galveston at a fireworks stand. At a fireworks stand that doesn't love the America, that only wants to exploit it.
Hey, so Alex Bregman's out with a quad strain tonight. That's not good.
Kyle Tucker's out with COVID somehow.
Yeah, if you get COVID now, it's your own freaking fault. Like the vaccine's been available.
Actually, you know what? It's not COVID. He's 12 years old and he has chicken pox.
that I believe.
He's got chicken pox. So he's just got something that only little kids can get. Yeah, he's got chicken pox or mono. He got mono from his first kiss.
Yep. He's got pink eye because his roommate farted on his pillow.
Yeah, he's absolutely. If his parents even allowed him to have a roommate. But that's not good. But the Tucker thing's a little weird. They're just like, he's not feeling well, he's sick, and then I guess with Sugarland right there, that changes how you maneuver with guys out. For you can kind of, or was he put on the 10-day and you have to stay 10 days?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really been plugged in much today.
Well, I'm just saying, if you don't, if you don't have restrictions on, if you can just move them back and forth with Sugarland right there, then you can literally just do it as a strategy thing as long as they're on the active roster, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Then that's probably what it is. It's like, oh, well, they're not in Round Rock or Corpus Christi now. They're right there, so they can shoot up Abraham Toro and have him go rest and then have a guy that makes sense.
Do you think they have to drive? I've driven from Sugarland to Minute Maid, and that's a good 2 hours, worst case scenario.
It depends. I live out here, so it's like, yeah, it depends when you're going. It's the closest of all the suburbs. So if there is no traffic, I can be in downtown in 25 minutes, like at my destination from my house. But when is there not traffic? So
right,
that makes it frustrating because it is close.
My dad lives in Sugarland, and we were going to an Astros game, and we left at like 4:15 because I wanted to catch batting practice. It's been so long since I've been to batting practice.
And you were late you missed first pitch.
Barely made first pitch. Yeah. And that was even driving over to like the Astrodome, or I guess wherever the shell of the Texans play.
Whatever energy company owns it now.
Catching the light rail. Yeah.
Texas.
Catching the light rail, which is my preferred way of getting to Minute Maid Park.
Really? That's interesting. So you go and do you park on Fannin? And take the train in? Yep. Okay.
It's like $1 to park, and it's a couple blocks to the stadium from the station.
That's a lot, but you're adding a lot of time to getting there.
Yeah, but I'm not used to traffic, so I'll either.
Oh yeah, you don't know time. You can't. Yeah, that's right. That makes sense. Yeah, you have.
I'll either murder somebody.
Work.
I'll murder somebody or have a stroke. Like those are the only two options.
Well, because since 59 goes right by the stadium, you exit Polk on 59 from Sugarland straight up, and you just pop off, and you're at the stadium. It's easier. It's pretty easy.
That makes sense. I'm not going to do it.
Well, it was easy but now they're like, no, it's been too nice. We're going to have to take the Pierce Elevated down right in the middle of the fourth largest city in the country. We'll see. Yeah, 610, not great. 290 still under construction, not good either.
Yep.
We're just planning for 15 years down the road when you might be dead. I don't know, but you're gonna definitely gonna feel these years. Anywhere you live, wherever you go, it's gonna be brutal.
Sugarland's gonna be coastline by in 15 years, so that's cool.
That's true. Yeah. So and also then they closed down every freeway and ramps from Sugarland, like all the way in during the weekend. So I'll be coming in the city to do something. It's like, nope, 610's closed, so I can't go to where I'm going. So I'm just like down to one lane at 1 a.m, trying to go home. I'm just like, oh, this is just it's brutal. So shout out to traffic.
Yep. So we've hit traffic and weather. We're 740 KTRH. Thank you for joining. It's the evening show.
Hello, it's me. I don't know who's on it. 740 KTRH. With your news update, that's the only place on earth now you can actually get a news update. That's just news, where it tells you something happened without any kind of opinion or slant. It's nice. Nice to hear that. You usually have to go to the BBC for that.
Right.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I want to go off. The Astros, that was great last night. I fell asleep in the 8th inning.
That's right. You did. That's one of those things where it is well worth it. We are on I feel like this is an uptick. It felt if it was a festive mood online today. People are celebrating. Miles Straw's hitting home runs. I mean,
wait, Miles Straw hit a home run?
He just hit a home run. Yeah, it's 5-1.
No way.
Yeah. So things are coming up Millhouse right now. So yeah, this is, I mean, it couldn't get worse, but yeah, that was great. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience that, especially if you were watching the rest of the game. That's that's an unfair payoff for you.
Yeah, no, I was paying attention to it. So I was taking care of a sick wife. But I was paying attention. I was like, man, this is one of those, like the 6th inning. I was like, this is going to be one of those years that the Astros lose the division by 2 games because they went 5-14 against the freaking Rangers. And that's going to be the only reason. So
yeah, the unfortunate character flaw of the Astros is how they play down to their competition.
Yes.
So we talked about this a couple of times where they're probably the best team in the league, I would imagine, against playoff record teams. I don't know. If not, they're up there with the best record against teams with above 500 record. I would imagine. I'm just spitballing. I don't know if that's true. It feels like they would be up close to it. Maybe the Padres or something. I don't know. I mean, it's close.
Yeah. No, I do happen to know that should the Astros hold on to this lead tonight, then they will be 12-12 against teams under 500.
I mean, that's really all you have to do. That's not great, but that is all you have to do. It's just
be 500. The A's are like 25-8.
The A's haven't played anybody yet, and they continue to not play anybody. And the Angels collapsed on today. I am sick of the A's. They still don't have my respect, but why are they still around? Because they're playing the Mariners every week, and it really is. It is getting a little bit annoying that they're just.
I'm telling you, it's at Seattle versus Anaheim
but their gauntlet's coming up though. We went over the schedule last episode. Like they're about to go through it and deal with the little NL West run that we had to deal with. Like they're about to deal with some nonsense.
Good.
But we continue to. It's like every week. It's okay. Chicago's in this weekend. Great. Yeah, of course they are. I mean,
of course.
I don't know. I don't know. We're fine. We're not. It's not woe is us.
We're
not villains anymore. We are. I don't want to use the word vindicated because
everyone's a villain
because we are as guilty as we always have been. It's just not a big thing. But it is for the fans are vindicated. I feel like the fans are vindicated a little bit.
I really like the two people that I thought of, and this just goes to show that you can't trust millionaires. Like this, even millionaires that play baseball, like millionaires will screw everybody else over.
That's why they're millionaires.
That's why they're millionaires. But there are two people that I really hope had that pre-diarrhea, like bubble guts feeling. And that was Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger.
Yes.
And when they got called out, like, I really hope they're like, crap. I don't know why you would think that, like, at least the Red Sox, at least Chris Sale and the Red Sox had the good sense to be like, it happened. Let's move on. Like, because they went dark. They went dark.
We're like, we're not saying a word. We're just gonna disappear. Don't worry about us. We're just gonna blend in with the surroundings. Don't talk to us. Giancarlo Stanton was popping off a little bit too. So yeah, that's actually the same conclusion I came to, that everybody is vindicated, and the only villains of this entire debacle are the commissioner's office and anybody who hypocritically called out the Astros while they're doing the exact same thing. I mean, that's the unmitigated gall, the sheer audacity. Aaron Judge is an illegal tree. He's an illegal tree. And Bellinger, just like, I think he's just really stupid and on drugs more so, and not really buying into the Dodgers fan base and like just not really knowing. But it seems like nobody, White Sox players included, knows what the CBA is, what the union does, why the Astros didn't get punished because of immunity, and how anything works. It's like, why don't you take a page from Carlos Correa and like learn about know the facts, like read up on the thing, and then say something. If not, then you should probably shut the fuck up. Like, you don't know.
No, he's exactly right.
He is. What a hero. What a hero.
Every time I think about Carlos Correa, I get sad knowing that they're just going to let him walk.
I'm still going to hold out hope, because I would argue that even though $350 million is a lot, he's worth it. He's the best shortstop in the league, and he's clutch, and he comes through. He's a leader. He's a part of the community. Like, if there's somebody that deserves a contract like that, it is Carlos Correa for this team. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it. But
and here's what I don't understand. If it takes $30 million a year, well, Greinke and Verlander combined, the Astros are paying them $45 million a year, and they're off the books after this season.
Yeah, it is doable. So yeah.
It's doable. It's totally doable, and they're just apparently not willing to do it at this point. Well, I don't know if they will be.
I don't know if that's true. I think Carlos kind of You know, it wasn't even him shooting himself in the foot with the deadline. It's, you know, it was the Mets wanted to throw chaos magic into it. And they're like, Lindor, yeah, what did you want? This is the movie Blank Check 2, and you can have whatever you want. And we're the Mets, so we don't care about the rest of the market. We're gonna ruin it. So yeah, so that happened. But also, yeah, he put a deadline on himself. Nobody asked for that. We don't know what the front office is or isn't communicating. So we don't. All we know are the sound bites or what we're told happened. You know, I hope to be playing for this team. I'm rooting for it. I want to get it. You know, so we don't really know. They've been talking this whole time, probably. I mean,
maybe I don't. And that's where like and
they better be. They better be at least pretending to, in my opinion. If they're not, then I really have a big problem with it. But they are. It's Carlos Correa. You
especially after. I mean, not that one at bat is going to change how. I don't know if one at bat is worth $200 million. But that was pretty damn close.
He always does it. I mean, has there been a more clutch duo than Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve? The amount of, I mean, they are the antithesis of Bagwell and Biggio. Those Correct. Fucking deadbeats. Those garbage. Bad goatees. Dirty batting helmets. Just hustling, running around. Yeah, get out of here.
Craig Biggio's from Long Island. Like, we need to remember
over 75 in the playoffs. Like, okay, well, and these guys are hitting. Altuve's hit more game-winning home runs to go to the world, win pennants, and win the World Series. I mean, what are we? They've hit so many playoff home runs to win games and home runs in general. But to win games, that walk-off, it's crazy to have guys where you're almost expecting the magic now. Carlos Correa, especially, just like, yeah, that was that. What a big home run down to your last strike, and just it's the Rangers though.
I'm curious. And I could probably look this up, but I do have one of those like stat head logins on Baseball Reference.
I can look it up.
Like how often do you hit a walk-off home run and then one night and a leadoff home run the next game? Because that's what Altuve did.
Yeah. No, I saw that. I was like, man, it can't. It has to happen on your. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you look at it. I'm just trying to think how many opportunities there have even been for that. It's got to be that's got to line up. Then you have to do the thing that's almost impossible.
So you'd have to be a leadoff hitter. I don't know. I don't even know how to look that up.
I'm just typing it into Google, and we're just gonna see what happens. I mean, it's baseball, so they're tracking everything.
This research break is brought to you by the Health Aid Kombucha Cayenne Cleanse. You can be like me and drink your Health Aid Kombucha Cayenne Cleanse and sweat your balls off while you're recording.
And the Super Devil. It's also sponsored by me and Chaos. Okay. Well, here's a leadoff. No, that's a leadoff and walk-off home run in the same game. That's pretty sick.
That's amazing.
That's amazing, but I feel like this is harder because it carries on to the next game, and they're still consecutive at bats. They're consecutive at bats.
Yeah.
We got the bookend, so yeah, I don't see. I'm gonna put next game. Yeah, now I'm already involved. Just if I do any kind of research, I have to continue to do it.
Down to the point, I'm like, I'll look that up later.
Nope.
I never do.
We're all on pins and needles. Everybody is sitting there. They're sitting by the radio with their family and their
the fireside chat.
All right, children, everybody listen around. I'm going to tell you the stat if I can find it. And then we're going to do War of the Worlds 2. The aliens arrived.
2 War, 2 Worlds.
Yeah.
Why am I getting followers on Twitter all of a sudden? That's not good.
Yeah, me too. Just because I tweeted out that my pronouns were Jose and Altuve.
That was really funny.
I'm silly. I'm silly. You know, it's Pride Night, which I feel like I didn't want to say. I didn't want to tweet this. So if you listen to this, I'm not this selfish, but I feel like we are part of the reason that there is a Pride Night. Us. I was gonna straight white men. It is us. We are the real heroes here. Us. Are you frozen?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad they're having it. So it's Pride Night tonight. Shout out to all of our.
We've been talking about this for what, 4 years?
Yeah, no, we were. I mean, they were like aligned with Berkman, and they pivoted from bigotry pretty quick. But yeah, there was a time where it was just the Astros and Rangers, the only two Texas teams, the only teams in the league without a pride night. And they're like, we don't want to talk about it. We just think it's kind of gross. We think being gay is gross. We don't.
What if you have a pride night and a gay sneezes on you and you catch gay?
And then they've got the vaccine just making us gay. We got them making us gay. It's like I can't.
We're not teaching.
Tell my son if I leave there and I'm gay. You know what I mean?
We're not teaching critical gay theory in our schools. You got critical gay theory, and it's part of the liberal agenda, and we're not having it.
That's hilarious. Yeah. The liberal agenda that's just, I'm not even going to get into that, but that's cool. That's cool that they're having it. I wanted to make it out for that, but that's great. That's awesome.
That's cool.
We're all about, this is a loving podcast. I hate myself, but I'm all for it. I'm all for inclusivity and also like the LGBTQ plus community as a large segment of the fan base that are just Astro fans like everybody else, and it's just disrespectful to them to not even just acknowledge it, you know. So I don't know.
And you know what? Tomorrow night you don't have to worry about it if you're anti-Pride Night. Like, you know, there's 80 other home games you can go to.
But I mean, like, really, it's just like there's just too many. I hate Roy G. Biv. There's just too many rainbows in here. It's just like that. That alone makes me uncomfortable because, I mean, they're just sitting there eating their nachos, drinking their beer, just watching the game. Just, I can't trust them. It's like, yeah,
they're normal. They just look normal. They look like normal people.
Yeah, they are normal people. Oh, God. So, yeah, but I don't know. There might not be as many bigots as the leader of the bigots, Lance Berkman, who's like, I'm taking, I took 2 ads out. So it's going to be a full radio break, which is going to be 5 full minutes of me doing a one-man show. And it's just telling you how it's just not good to be gay. It's very clear in the Bible where it doesn't say anything about it. And anytime it did, it was very vague and probably misinterpreted over the years. And but Jesus definitely never addressed it. But I assume he was thinking it the whole time. He was thinking it the whole time. He was just like, we're not going to. No, we hate it. So the Bible is very clear and concise about what it does and doesn't like. And it hates the gay people. So I'm almost sure of it. And I know I do. And I do. That's in the hill country. That's how we get down. So anyway, so I'm a coach now, and I'm making sure none of my players are gay. I don't bunt. Bunting's gay. What else? Anyway, how much longer? Another 2 minutes? I don't know. It's gross. That's what we've been saying. It's yucky. We hate it. Okay. Anyway. It's me, Lance Berkman, for bigot.com. Bigot.com. All right. Maybe he's learned. Maybe he's not as bad anymore. And he's learned from his ways, and he was just very ignorant in that iteration. But that wasn't thrilling.
At the very least, just shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Just shut up. Don't talk about
that's
it. Like
that. And that era is. We are on the precipice of the shut the fuck up era for people that are just stop speaking up for people that didn't ask for help. People just white ladies on TikTok on a diatribe about something that doesn't even affect them. It's just like, shut up. So everybody shut up. The Carlos Correa shut the fuck up era, unless you know the facts. That's what we're in right now.
Those are words that absolutely like words to live by.
Speaking of eras. All right. So we are in the golden era of Houston Astros baseball. But with the and this can lead us into the Spader stuff. With that kind of coming out about Kansas City, didn't it really make you think about how close the Astros were to winning a World Series in 2015? Because if they escaped the Kansas City, they undoubtedly win that World Series. And so I know it. I just know it. They would have sailed. They would just sailed through the rest of the playoffs. I feel it. And they were good enough to it. They were on one. I think if they win that series, they win the World Series. I really do believe that. And other people do too.
I was thinking about that. One, and I have 2 things. One, the Blue Jays were a problem that year. And they were as much on one as the Astros were. But
they were like, but you can't, like, the Astros, there was Kansas City, there was no team that was. The Astros had the pieces to, especially pitching wise, like they could have snuck out. I mean, the way they were playing too, Kansas City they were good, And the Astros were the only team to really give them any trouble.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, the second thing I would say to that is it's the same argument that we have when we attempt to talk to Dodgers fans. That wait a second, Game 7 was in LA. Like, I want to say games 4 and 5 of that 2015 ALDS were in, or at least game 4 was. Crap.
It was there. It was game 1 and 2 were in Kansas City, and then they came here. But
it wouldn't have been 3, 4, and 5. So it would have been 3 and 4. Game 4 was in Houston. Kansas City had, they won that game. I don't know. Maybe I've talked myself out of what I was about to say.
What is something racist about Lorenzo Cain?
No, it was not. I love Lorenzo.
Fair enough. Just making sure.
They had to win games in Houston, and that, of course, that game 4 is one of the worst moments to be an athlete.
A low point after such a high of getting into the postseason, and then realizing you have them on the ropes, and then that was not great.
And then the 8th inning comes along, and that
we don't have to relive it. I didn't want to get into that. But what I was trying to say was that and this does get tragic. So everybody take a deep breath. But it's silver lined with how good they are. They were extremely close there. And in my opinion, if they escape Kansas City, they do win the World Series. And that's just something I can't back up.
I can't argue against
it's just a feeling. But how close they are with that, and then you couple that with Garrett Cole pitching in 2019, and you throw 2017 in there, and you're talking about a team that I'll give 2018 to the Red Sox. They were cheating better. They were playing better. They beat our ass. The Red Sox won the World Series in 2018. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But that's quite a different narrative. If you still have one in 2015, and then you just use Garrett Cole, AJ Hinch, worst fucking manager, just negligent. We hate him. We're sick of him. I'm glad he's not here. Garrett Cole, if he just comes in, and then we can worry about that Garrett Cole cheating and doing his stuff. I want Garrett Cole. I wanted him to cheat in 2019 to help us win the World Series.
Like, anyway, cheat better, win one home game.
I'm full in support of cheating. Like, there's just not. It's the longer this gets dragged out, and it's about to be done, because it's unless somebody comes out and can vehemently deny Spader stuff. But Spader has all the sources. He's talks about this all the time. Before the scandal even happened, Spader is telling the truth, and he has sources on every single thing he's tweeted. I am positive of that. He's just one of those. He's one of those guys. He's just one of those guys that, to say the actual thing, he's gonna have talked to players, and he has the relationships.
I'm not a huge Spader fan.
No, I'm not a fan of him. I'm just saying he is telling that he does have this. I'm not really a fan of some of his takes and stuff at all, but he has the connections, and he absolutely is a viable source. And it's people that are just dismissing him are fucking stupid.
I think, but I also think that what separates him from someone like John Boy is that John Boy used the Astros to explode. Spader with a bias. Spader has not. He's actually been on the side of the Astros the whole time. That he's like, no, everything is bad. And he also had the following before he started dropping bombs today.
And he's more of a journalist. I'm not even comfortable mentioning them in the same vein. Honestly, Spader he's like an independent. Yeah, he's not like passing working for ESPN, but he's like I consider him a baseball journalist. And John Boy does not. He doesn't have anything. Nor does he deserve it.
I want to see a recap reaction video to John Boy reading all of those tweets today. That's what I would watch, that John Boy video.
I mean, hey, he's probably fine with it. I don't know. John Boy was terrible, but I haven't seen anything irrational from him since, and I haven't been looking for it, and I don't care. But wasn't on a fucking. I think we have asterisk tour. That guy just is. But I think he's an arseler. I think he's just stupid.
It took me a minute.
Yeah, that's my new thing. I'm making people think it in their head. So if you're not let me say it, I'm going to say Arsler, and I do mean it. I mean it in a mean way. I could say the word where I don't mean it. I could say the word where it means nothing, but I'm not. So I'm going to say Arsler. Okay, you're going to have to think it. So yeah, he sucks. But yeah, so pepper him in with Bellinger and fucking Aaron Judge talking that fucking cash shit when they're literally invented the thing and doing the thing at the exact same time. I mean, I can't even imagine doing ever talking like that outwardly towards somebody on a thing that I'm doing. I guess that I know that's projecting and stuff, but I can't even imagine how you would without guilt or shame. How could you say anything? Yeah. Do you think he forgot because he's also stupid? I mean, legitimately, I think he forgot. Was like, I lost my MVP. I'm mad. He's been reading all this stuff and he forgot. I think he legitimately forgot that he was doing it too.
Maybe.
I'm not kidding. That's how dumb he is.
It could be something that what you're doing that's just part of, like, if the Dodgers were doing the exact same thing the Astros were doing, then
they were doing it worse. They were doing it on the road, which came out today, which I also believe. So the Dodgers, were the only team that have something being talked about them having a road cheating. The guy Warren, did you see wore the different in Minute Maid? During the playoff, an official Dodgers person was caught wearing a Minute Maid Park polo shirt and changed in, and it was
sure.
Yeah. Them and the Yankees, they're talking, and they're doing stuff on the road. The Yankees have 3 cameras fixed on the pitcher's glove, not on the catcher. I mean, stuff that is it's everything that we've known. And again, I don't care about any of it. It's all fun and games. Like you're trying to catch the other guy cheating and bust them and embarrass them, and then they're trying to do the same to you, and everybody's scrambling, and it's fair. Like it's not. That's what it is. It always has been that way.
It's just the Cold War in a baseball game, like in baseball. That's what it is.
But it's fun. It's always been fun like that. And I tweeted that today. I was like, it used to be like it's a game within a game. You're trying to see if they're seeing your signs, and you're like, hey, what's that on his head? You're just like you're fucking with them, but it's like it's been silly. Even just cheating is as engulfed inside the game of baseball as anything else. So like that's what, just to pretend that anybody cares, players included. Like that's what's annoying me the most about this is like nobody. It doesn't affect anything. It's just I know it doesn't make sense on paper for this time in culture. Or just like everybody's yelling about something and this and that, but like it's just like I know it seems crappy that people are cheating all the time and they're doing this but it is the thing that it's always been. It's never any different. So you can't pick and choose when you want to be mad about something.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, you're exactly right. And just selective outrage is just a bad look. No matter what the field is. Like if you're consistently mad about everything, like I can respect that. But if you're like, oh, that's fine because it was my team, but that's not okay because because it was this other team, like that's you're intellectually bankrupt.
Well, yeah, you are that, but also it's also the victimhood thing too, especially with the Dodgers fans, where it's like we've been wronged in this, we're victims. This directly hurt us, even though we've actively been doing that. We're not going to talk about that because this is the thing this is why we didn't win the World Series. And we're mad. We were wronged by this. And it's like, no, everybody. I don't know why it's so hard to just be like, yeah, everybody's doing it. I guess people need to be educated and aren't familiar with sign stealing. That, I mean, all the good teams have already been named, but the Colorado Rockies said, I mean, there's so many. The Minnesota Twins, they talked about how they opened the door at the Metrodome when the other team was batting because there's a draft that came in. Then would close, or when they were batting because of the way the wind would go in. Then they would close it. I mean, like just shit like that. Every team's doing bullshit like that all over the league.
Yeah. No. Okay. So this is weird about the old Metrodome. Like I went. I've been to a game at the Metrodome, and there were 2 sets of what's it called? Rotating doors. Is that what it's called? It doesn't sound
Rotunda?
Right. No, it's the doors that you like push and they go in a circle and there's like why can't I think of what these doors are?
My nightmare at a mall where me and Asian men's their biggest fear. Just stuck in it. I don't know how this works. I'm stuck in a Hyperloop. I can't get out. Just walk in there. We're all lost. They got their cameras out.
So that's what it is. There were two sets, or there were two sets. So a bunch of, they had like the rotating doors. There were other entrances that it was just regular doors, but there were two sets of them, like 6 feet apart. And what the dude told me, like, I had to wait until the doors in front of me closed before, and then the doors behind me closed. And then once that door behind me closed, then they would open the door to let me go in to like the stadium.
Yeah, because it's a cloth, it's a circus tent. So they had to I
was like, what is this? And he's like, it actually releases like air pressure if both sets of doors are open.
That's exactly what they were doing. So they used that to their advantage based on who was batting.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that. Like the dude is like, this place. He's like, if all the doors are open, it'll the whole thing will collapse. It'll just like fall in, like you've just taken the middle section out of a tent.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess with the air pressure, that would drastically change the way the ball carries based on who's at bat. That's hilarious. So, but that's just some of the fun stuff that Spader was talking about. His favorite player of all time, Chase Utley, biggest cheater. Adrian Beltre. He just basically just had his book of secrets, and he's just like, I'm gonna just let it rip, and he wants to watch the world burn. And baseball deserves it, and it's stuff that we all know. And
Manfred deserves it for sure.
Yeah, I'm still kind of baffled that we need the other teams to finally be like, yeah, we suck too. Okay, so, our bad.
Yeah,
people don't want to do that because they've been on Twitter nonstop since the Astros that it came out, just tweeting bang bang to every person that's ever said anything, to replying to Bregman's wedding pictures on Instagram with just like, they're like, I've put too much energy into the hatred. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not going to believe it. But what I was going to say is like that it needs to shift to Manfred and what the cover up on this. Because clearly it makes it more glaring that the Astros were scapegoated, which we've said since the beginning. So we are a couple of idiots, and if you're listening to this, you know that. But we are pretty good with our takes and on what stuff is. I do want to make sure that we give us credit for that, because we did say that from the beginning. They were being scapegoated.
We are capable of complex thought, and we are capable of separating emotions from facts. And we will change we are smart enough to change our opinion based on new facts, because that used to be a positive thing, a positive personality trait, that if you were presented with new information, you'd reevaluate your own position.
Yeah, you go, touche, fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, let me go think about this for a few minutes. Like that, yeah. But now that's a weakness now in our society, apparently, and so that's not the hottest way to respond. But it used to be a thing back in my day.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that something needs to happen for that, because this wasn't clearly that he's picking and choosing who to punish with the Yankees avoiding. Then with the substance stuff on just the way MLB goes about its business is so fucking slanted and biased that it needs to be taken care of. And we just need a new regime in there. We need a new baseball czar. It's just, we can't be having teams protected and other teams not. And then having, conjuring up the perfect storm for the Astros. It's just, it's not, baseball is shady enough and it's terrible and scandalous, but we can't have that.
The problem is that it would take the owners to remove the commissioner. And how many owners are going to be fed up with, because I guess Congress could come in and be like, get rid of this dude, or we're going to.
Why is Congress involved? Why can't we just be like, get out of here? Like, resign, Manfred, you bitch boy.
He just doesn't show up for work, and they're like, oh, okay, well, let's get a new commissioner.
Yeah, we're like, you don't even like the trophy. You think he's like, oh, I didn't mean that. I said that very first. I said that whole press conference. I said that there were the teams being looked at. I did say that. Nobody dug in on it. I did say that. I said there were other teams. I didn't do anything. I said there were other teams. Shut up, Manfred. Anyway, yeah, but that's gotta. I don't know, man. I got to the point where I didn't care at all, and I'd moved on, and then I do have a little pleasure of having some of these people just like having to just thinking about them, Dodger fans that have just been unfair about it. I'll get on some of these tweets that are like the well, who's the White Sox, the idiot White Sox pitcher that's talking stupid nonsense again? Another one that's not familiar with what's his name?
Carlos Rodon.
Yeah. Another person that doesn't understand the union or the CBA or it just doesn't understand how anything works. But like I'll read the comments, and it's Astros fans being embarrassing, just coming in off the rip, like listing every fact they've known, and they do. Like, we do know everything that is true and about the situation and what did and didn't happen, who did. So like, it doesn't help, and you look guilty and terrible. And I did try to plead with the fan base today on the Lima Time account. I was like, hey, can y'all just stop? Like, we look defensive and guilty. Like, stop arguing in other teams' threads. And then I'll see, like, there was like a Red Sox fan, and it just had like the exact correct rational take. Yeah, I just think maybe everybody was doing it, and it was all this. I'm like, okay, good. Those people exist in other fan bases. We just don't get to hear them for some reason.
Yeah, they get drowned out.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see how it changes. I feel like the media there's been a slant in the media coming back to being more pro Astros. You see it with just the in-game update tweets and the walk-off stuff and the marketing, that they're putting out. Like, the Astros are no longer being ignored. Like, they're being treated like one of the better teams in the league, is what it looks like for me. And they're not addressing it. And you get to see all of the Jared Carabas, or however you say his name, you see all these people get to watch Jose Altuve walk off. So beautiful. And you're hearing nothing from the Busteronis and the baseball media elite. They've just gone quiet, because they also would typically have to eat words or crow. They have to eat the meat of a crow.
Yeah.
But that's something that they don't do. So they're just there. We're just going to go away and not recant or say anything about all the nonsense we've been talking this whole time.
So they're complicit.
I feel good about it. They're the same team. We're still good. Fuck them. Right? I don't know.
Oh, I thought that's a great way to end it. I thought you were ending it right there. I was like, oh, heck yeah.
Okay. The show is over. Fuck them would have been. That would have been a good place to cut it. But now we can't. Now that we're talking about it, it'd be too contrived.
Yeah, I would.
I'm trying to see if I have any closing remarks on that before we get out of here. Yes. Yeah, I should have pulled up and read. So I tried to touch on all the things that I could remember. I thought the Yankees, the camera system with being pointed at the pitcher's glove was especially egregious.
Yeah.
But I mean, they invented the system. I don't care. I just don't. It doesn't do anything. It clearly does not really help. It's something. It's a thing. I don't. Maybe it helps you here. It hurts you there. It does this and that. That's just a personal philosophy on me. They're all cheating. I wish everybody would constantly continue to just cheat all the time. Like, it's baseball. It's already stupid. Like, it's just, who cares?
Yeah.
As long as it's not like the corking of the bat's not cool, like that kind of stuff. No, but like, yeah, anything else, if you're trying to steal signs or spy, like, who cares? So, the Astros are good again. We love them. Miles Straw is a power hitter. I don't really think I have anything. I'm excited for the White Sox series.
That'll be a good series. Another decent team coming to town while the A's play.
Before we get out, I'm gonna look at their schedule one more time, and then we're good. We'll get the hell out of here. Because I feel like they should. I know they have Anaheim right now, so that's not good.
Of course, it's Wednesday. They play Anaheim Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. Midweek, and then they go back. They're usually in Seattle for the weekend, unless they're home, of course.
Right, against Seattle.
That's so funny. That's the perfect on that joke. That's the perfect team to pick, and that's who they always are playing. It's very funny. Other options would have worked. The Angels or Rangers, it would have worked, but it is Seattle, and that's exactly the truth. All right. But they're doing this the same thing that they always do. That they're pretending to be good. and when push comes to shove, the A's do not. They don't match up. They don't have it.
No, they don't.
No, they'll be the Las Vegas A's or the Reno. Okay, here we go.
Tahoe.
Oh, that's too nice for them. I don't want them to have fun, relaxing, scenic views.
The Lake Tahoe Diners Club A's. Telly Savalas is their manager.
Yeah, if you throw the Diners Club in there, I'm all for it. All right, if this takes any longer, I am gonna bail. I'm almost instantly. It's like, come on. They're trying to hide it from me. Here we go. Oakland baseball schedule. I like keep clicking on things that take me to another menu that is still somehow not the schedule. It's unbelievable. All right, here we go. God, are they really doing that well? Oh, okay. I guess they are good. Did you know they were good?
The A's? I don't believe it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Everybody's on pins and needles. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of Texas coming up. So they finish up with the Angels. Then they got 3 with the Yankees at New York, at Texas, then at San Francisco, back with Texas at home. Then they got 3 with Boston, 3 with us, Texas again. And then so there's still a lot of Seattle on the schedule.
Of course there is.
Oh, we do too. We get them too. Yeah, they still have they have all of the games against the Yankees. So they have another series with the Yankees in Boston. They have White Sox again. They've got San Diego again. They have a full slate with them. They've got us. They really don't have us that much, except for the end of the year. That's in that one series in between there. I mean, it's not that bad. Does our schedule get easy? Because this been it's pretty brutal. Because unless it balances out like this does, they got to play some tough. Well, we all get to play Texas, so we don't have to worry about that. We get to play them as much as anybody else, so that's going to be fun.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be good with that. All right. Well, I'm not gonna say a curse word to end it. Should I do an offensive impression?
If you want to.
It's an episode. I'm just gonna say that and kind of keep it vague.